Testing lighting and angle quality. All right, guys, testing lighting and testing angle. All right, guys, we are on our final phase of our Mastering an Abundance Mindset series. This phase is called Mastering Your Life and Humanity. And I'm so excited for this phase since it's a culmination of all the other phases that we discussed, which, as a recap, phase 1 is mastering your mindset and thoughts. Phase 2 of our framework is mastering your essence and energy, and we have now reached mastering your life and humanity. Now, where do we begin on our discourse for mastering your life and humanity? A big focus is conscious and intentional living. Now, what does that look like? I know we spent a lot of time in our former videos talking about what consciousness is, and that's self-awareness. It's really living a life based off of being fully self-aware of what your values, your belief systems, and your lifestyle is telling you that you gravitate towards. So conscious and intentional living is living a life based off of your value systems, your belief systems, and ultimately based off of what your authentic and core self is gravitating towards. Another part of conscious living is being very aware and intentional about how your actions, right? What are you doing every day that can not only impact your internal world, right, but also the external world? So thinking through how your behaviors ultimately affect the world around you. So I'll give you an example of this. When you're in a grocery store and you have an opportunity where you can let someone ahead of you that may have one item where you have, let's say, a dozen items. In those instances, it could be a beautiful experience to really allow someone the opportunity to get in front of the line and be considerate and conscious to the fact that you may be taking a little bit longer with your items than this individual would be. Just one example of conscious living, but also how your consumption can affect the environment would be another idea or another approach to conscious living, really thinking through overconsumption and how it affects the collective environment in the world that we live in. Another really powerful aspect of conscious and intentional livings is developing and acquiring sacred rituals for yourself. How do you have your day-to-day set up? What are you doing on a day-to-day capacity? Are you rigid and regimented? Do you have a structure? Does it incorporate fitness? Do you have wellness embedded into your day? Do you have a work structure? Do you have a work schedule? Do you have time carved in for friends, family, loved ones, and hobbies? Really thinking through how your sacred rituals throughout your day really compound to the bigger picture and how it ultimately drives your future state and where you're looking to essentially be in your future state now. Simplistic living is a really huge component to conscious living as well. We don't always have to be doing more and being productive and constantly living this high octave, high functioning existence. Sometimes rest can be a large proponent to growth, and being in stillness and solitude and quiet can be a big driver in accomplishing your goals. So please make sure that you are resting and not necessarily needing to always do and take action on everything in your life. Finding fulfillment and being present each day is a big portion of conscious and intentional living, and this is how you ultimately master your life, is finding the joy and love and gratitude in the present moment, really extracting as much as you can in the now. Really the sights, the sounds, the smells, the sensations and the emotions that you're experiencing, and truly embodying those feelings and embracing the now is really huge. On top of finding fulfillment each day, find the joy in the process and the progress of where you're at in your journey. You might not be quite where you want to be in your desired state, but every day gives you an opportunity to be one step closer to your desired state in your dream life. So please take it step by step. Be patient with the process and your progress, and also applaud yourself for your efforts every single day. Have gratitude and even the micro accomplishments, because that's going to all compound into ultimately reaching your desired state now. And how you ultimately master your life and humanity would be to think through how to live a purpose-driven life, right? And this will come from really cultivating your mission statement and thinking through what is your ultimate purpose in life and how do you want to contribute and give back. And you do this by identifying your strengths and your skills and your capabilities. What are you naturally good at? What are you naturally drawn to? And how can you leverage those things to provide a contribution to this world, but also do something that you're passionate about, that you can be monetarily fulfilled by, that gives back to the world, that you're good at, and really, find enjoyment and sustainment in that. When we think through mastering your life and humanity, thinking through a life of utility, contribution, and connection is a big focus in our discourse and our journey towards mastering your life and humanity and reaching abundance. Is really thinking through, how do you want to really contribute and provide connection in this world? What do you want to do in a larger capacity that not only provides you fulfillment, but also thinks through how it impacts the greater good? We really want to think about collective consciousness and keep that in mind, how our actions ultimately affect those around us, the world around us, but also our inner worlds, and making sure that we're in alignment to all of that. Lastly, love. Love is a big component to all of this, and mastering abundance is really finding self-love within yourself, but also radiating and giving love outwards. And it doesn't have to be intimate, romantic love. It could be loving your neighbor and doing an act of kindness and an act of servitude that's not requested upon, but something that you want to exercise. And your heart's a muscle, and really how you really maximize and heighten the strength of your heart is to activate it and utilize it and give back and do good and have pure intentions. And this is ultimately how you master your life and humanity. This is my first series on YouTube, and I've pulled a lot of these frameworks from a manuscript that I've developed called Decide Now. I'm very passionate about this framework. If you have questions, comments, if you would like me to explore any of these concepts in further detail, please let me know, leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video or any of the videos on my YouTube channel, I would love if you could subscribe to my new and growing YouTube platform called Evolve with Julia. It's brand new. I'm growing the content every week. I'm also launching a new series called Strangers Reveal Their Deepest Desires, which has gotten a lot of buzz, and I'm really excited about it. So I plan to release more content around that series. Again, I would love if you could subscribe and support my new channel. And please let me know if any of the contents that I've talked through on the framework and the abundance series are ideas that you would like me to explore further, and I can develop additional videos to really tap into these areas in a more deep dive approach. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and staying safe.